Welcome to step 4, and in this step you're going to discover the experience of flying in FPV, or first person view. So in this setup here we can see the drone itself and a set of analog goggles made by Fat Shark. We also have a set of digital FPV goggles made by DJI, who, if you don't know, are like the Apple of the digital drone world. These are used with a digital VTX, also made by DJI. But we're going to take a look at the Fat Shark goggles. These goggles can be powered by 2 lithium-ion batteries in this case, which came with the goggles. But these goggles can also be powered by any LiPo battery between 7 and 13 volts as well, as I have set up here. There's a fan on top which helps you to avoid fogging up in humid conditions. On the goggles we have what's called a video receiver module, or VRX. And a little tip, anything that receives a signal in the FPV world is known as RX, and anything that transmits is known as TX. Now this video receiver module has 2 antennas attached. A polarized antenna, also known as a circular or omni antenna, which receives the signal from all around you. And it also has a directional antenna, also known as a patch antenna, which receives a video signal from directly in front of you. Remember that we have a video transmitter, or VTX, on the drone itself, also with a circular antenna attached. And this is what sends the video signal from the VTX to your video receiver on the goggles via the 2 antennas attached. This is then converted into the image that you see in the 2 screens or lenses in the goggles. Now there are lots of different types of FPV goggles and different FPV goggles too. For example, there are box goggles which have a single big screen that can sometimes be better for people who wear glasses, as you can wear glasses inside the goggles. Alternatively, it's also possible to attach corrective lenses or diopters to these Fat Shark goggles that have 2 lenses. So people who wear glasses are well covered. We also have over here an analog screen or a monitor with 2 basic dipole antennas which can receive the same signal at the same time from the drone's VTX. These monitors are cheap to buy and are really useful when you're working on your drone on the bench, as you can see what's going on without having to put your goggles on. Let's switch on and see this in action. So in the last step, we were setting up our quad in beta flight, and we just plugged into the USB on the flight controller from the computer. But in order to see video, we need to actually provide battery to power to the drone, with the camera attached, of course. We don't need our radio transmitter for this, as we're only looking at the video at the moment. Now, a really important point to note here is that whenever you're doing anything on your drone with battery power plugged in, you need to have the propellers removed. This is a simple common sense precaution in case the drone accidentally arms, because you don't want your props spinning around your face and arms. So we have our props off here, and let's plug in a battery and see what happens. And bingo! We have video from the camera showing on our monitor here, and in our goggles, which is difficult to show you on camera, but you can roughly see that the video appears in the lenses here. And when we move the drone around like this, we see exactly what the camera is pointing at, on our screen and in the goggles. And this is exactly what you'll see when you're flying your drone. So welcome to the amazing world of FPV.